So ladies and gentlemen, there are two new FIFA 17 trailers. I have taken the screenshots of the most important parts. I've also compared some player faces to FIFA 16s, so we get a better idea. And I hope you enjoy this video. I've put a lot of effort into this. Hopefully it's going to be in-depth for you guys, and yeah, let's get into it. So the screenshots are not in any particular order, so let's start with Marco Reus. There is a full body shot for FIFA 17. I'm not sure what game engine footage means. Is it going to be actual gameplay or is it just visuals? I'm not sure yet. Maybe the dressing rooms are just visuals. But we can see that he's got the tattoos and he's got an improved face. There's also the side profile of Marco Reus. As I said, he gets a proper face now in FIFA 17 and it's much better than that face in FIFA 16. So we've seen this one before. This is Eden Hazard. We saw this in the mini teaser trailer that they released last week. As you can see, the new engine is going to bring some brilliant faces. FIFA 16's face is on the left and it's just a different class in FIFA 17. Hopefully that's what they look like in FIFA 17 in-game footage. And yeah, I don't know how PES is going to compete with this, but we haven't seen nothing from PES yet, so we can't really count them out yet. So the next screenshot is of Anthony Martial. I know people don't like me saying it like that. It's Anthony Martial. I guess I'm going to say it like that, but it's just my accent. He has a generic face in FIFA 16. It wasn't very good, and I'm happy that he has a proper face in FIFA 17. That photo on the right actually looks like real life, man. It's very, very detailed, and that's what we want to see, you know. The new engine has to be good. So the next player is James Rodriguez. His FIFA 16 face wasn't too bad, but I lacked a bit of detail, and I think we got the detail in FIFA 17's face. It looks very nice. I can also see the sweat on his forehead, which probably means it's going to be incorporated into the game, and there's going to be a lot more in-game visuals now. So the next screenshot has Hazard and Blind. We see the back of Hazard's head, and you can see that there's a bit of a difference between FIFA 16 and FIFA 17's now. The hair looks much better in FIFA 17. In terms of Daily Blind, there's not much difference. I can't really find anything different. I don't want to say anything false. If you guys can see something different, then let me know, but I know they haven't probably done every player yet that they want to improve, and some players don't really need improving. Like Blind's face looks pretty good in FIFA 16. I don't expect them to play around with it much in FIFA 17. So if you look to the far right in this screenshot, you can see Luka Modric. His face hasn't changed probably from FIFA 16 to FIFA 17. It's probably a bit more polished in FIFA 17, but his face was good enough in FIFA 16, so they probably just fixed a few things here and there. His nose does look a bit bigger in FIFA 17, I don't know if that's just the camera, but that's the only thing I can really see from here. So the next player is Courtois, and it's very hard to see the clear changes made between FIFA 16 and FIFA 17, but the back of his head, its hairline has changed a bit. And I think the head looks a bit more wider in FIFA 17. I think it looks a bit more realistic already. Now it's not very clear, but this screenshot appears to be Socrates from Borussia Dortmund. I've got his FIFA 16 face there. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's what I think it is. We can only see his side profile here, and it doesn't really look like a drastic change, but it's probably a bit more polished. I can't really tell, it's a bit blurry. So here we see Marcelo in FIFA 17. His face in FIFA 16 is there. Now it wasn't that bad, like it looks like a Marcelo. I can't really tell from this screenshot if they've upgraded anything yet, because his head's a bit facing down, but you guys can interpret it for yourself. Maybe the hair's a bit more polished, it looks more real, I'm not sure, but I can't really see from here. So the next player is Navas from Real Madrid. I can't really see any changes here because the screenshot is a bit blurry. It's because in the trailer he was actually moving, so I couldn't get a clear shot of his face. But that's the best I could do. I can't really see any changes so far. So the next screenshot shows Mignolet, and I think that's Lovren, I'm not sure. But both faces haven't really changed much. I don't really see much difference. I think it's still a bit blurry. I can't really see any clear changes yet. So here we have the Manchester United team celebrating. We can see Matar, Lingard in the back, the far right at the back, and he gets an improved face, I can see from here. Borthwick Jackson is hiding under Martial's left arm. You can see the number 43 there. He looks to have a proper face now. Carrick is in the far left. His face hasn't changed much, and Martial's face obviously gets a star head now. I will show you guys Rooney in a future screenshot. I've had to cut him out here. So this screenshot shows a bit of Joe Hart's side profile and Mangala's side profile. I don't see much changes here. Maybe they haven't worked on these sort of faces yet, but these faces weren't bad from FIFA 16, so they're probably just a little polished in FIFA 17. So we catch a glimpse of Gareth Barry in the trailer as well. His face doesn't appear to have changed from FIFA 16 to FIFA 17. The reason why they're blurry is because the trailer has visuals and they're all moving, and I have to stop it at the right time and take a screenshot, and then I have to zoom in on the face to get a better look. So I've done that with this one, and I can't really see much changes because it is a bit blurry around the face, but that's the best I can do for now until we get the actual gameplay footage. So the next face is pretty clear, and that is David De Gea's face. It hasn't appeared to have changed much between FIFA 16 and FIFA 17. I think maybe the hair looks a bit more polished, it looks more realistic, but in terms of the other facial features, I can't really see much differences here. So another player which was on my FIFA 17 Starhead suggestions video was Dele Alli, and we can see that he has a nice star head now in FIFA 17. You can't really tell from this one because it's a bit blurry, but I'm telling you, it is not that generic face there. We do get a better shot in the next screenshot, so I think we should move to that one now. So here is the side profile of Dele Alli, which is much more clearer. You can see it's not that generic rubbish on the right. It's a proper Dele Alli face. I think the skin color also looks better for him here as well. I'm starting to notice that the skin colors are looking much better in FIFA 17. I used to complain about that in FIFA 16, so hopefully they do fix it for FIFA 17. It's looking promising so far. So the next screenshot shows Danny Drinkwater from Leicester. His hairstyle hasn't changed too much, but I think it looks a bit more polished in FIFA 17, a bit more realistic. His face structure hasn't changed much from FIFA 16 as well, but it was a pretty good face in FIFA 16, so they didn't really need to work on it. The skin color in FIFA 17, it could be just the stadium lighting, but it does look a bit more crisp and a bit more natural as well. So this screenshot's a little blurry, but we do see Wes Morgan, Christian Fuchs and Danny Drinkwater in this screenshot. Fuchs' face seems to now be a star head. I don't think that's that generic face which is on top of him anymore, which is good. I expect Wes Morgan's face to also be a bit better, but we can't really see a good shot of it because it is blurry. And we've seen Danny Drinkwater's face in the screenshot before, and it looks pretty good. So this screenshot was not on the trailers, but it is on FIFA 17's website. We see Guardiola, Arsene Wenger, Jurgen Klopp, all very detailed and very accurate. It's good to see the managers are in the game now, but it's only BPL for now. Hopefully they can improve on that in the few years to come. So this is a much more detailed photo of Martial. You can see there's sweat dripping off his face. The hairstyle looks very, very realistic, and the face detailing is also very realistic, and it's going to be much better than that FIFA 16 generic face on the right. I also think that the skin color is looking fantastic in FIFA 17, judging by this photo. So here is a look at Marco Reus with a much clearer screenshot. His look is going to improve a lot in FIFA 17. The skin color is so natural, the hairstyle looks fantastic, the face detailing and accuracy is also fantastic. And yeah, hopefully many faces like this in FIFA 17. So this screenshot shows Rashford on the far right. You can see his face there. He's going to get a star head, which is very nice. We can also see Hazard's side profile there. So here is a nice photo of Mourinho in FIFA 17. It's made me think a little, boys. I think these proper managers in FIFA 17 are only going to be for the story mode and kick-off matches. It wouldn't work in career mode because when we take over, say, Manchester United in career mode, we're not going to have Jose Mourinho running around for us on the sideline. Hopefully we can create our own proper managers in FIFA 17 where we can scan our face and put them on a body. That would be nice to see in FIFA 17. So here is Rooney in FIFA 17. I noticed a few things. I noticed that the skin color looks much more natural now, which is fantastic. The hair color also looks much more natural. There's more freckles on his forehead. And yeah, this is a nice thing to see. So here is a screenshot from the journey mode, I guess, the new thing in FIFA 17, where we can pick our answers to some interviews. I think this is a bit of a gimmick, because we can only play as Alex Hunter and it's only limited to Premier League. I would have liked it like NBA 2K, where you can pick whatever team you want, create your own player, and then you do the story mode like that. I would have liked that. I think this one is a bit of a gimmick, like it's going to be the same stories mostly for many people doing it on YouTube. It would be good to do once, but I probably wouldn't do it again, maybe twice maximum. I think it's going to be very limited. I think this is a bit of a gimmick. I would have liked to see more of an NBA 2K style, where it's more of a be a pro, and you get the cutscenes and all that stuff. This is a little gimmick, I think, but I don't want to talk too soon. It could be good. These are my initial thoughts. So ladies and gentlemen, please let me know what you think down below in the comments about story mode, some of the player faces, and some of the things you wish to have seen in FIFA 17. Please leave a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe if you guys are new, because we've got a lot more coverage to go until FIFA 17 and PES 17 gets released, and you don't want to miss out. I will be doing a PES 17 trailer video as well like this once they release theirs at E3. And yeah, we are currently at 1,618 subscribers, so thank you guys for your support, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, guys.